Hello everybody, this is Jeffrey GT7 and welcome to the episode. In this particular episode we're going to be only using one particular build. It's going to be a rather unique build using the RX7 GTX at Sardegna. So in this episode I'll be covering on how to get the car, engine swap, going through that section as well, and of course be showing you guys the parts and the build and show you also the race. So step one, of course, is how to get the car. It is right now at the used car dealership, but by tomorrow looks like it'll be sold out. So I really recommend go ahead and get that car now before it actually does sell out at the used car dealership. Only $62,000 plus but change is the price of the car. Now for the swap, it's going to be the legendary 778B. Before we get that, we're first going to go ahead and add in the wide body to the car itself. After we do that installation, here's the swap. Now if you do have that particular engine swap in your garage, just go to tuning parts and see if you have that engine. If you do, I would recommend go ahead and install that in the car. If not, you have to be collector level 50, which is the hot pink number on the top of the screen, in order for you to purchase a swap for particular cars. After that, here's the livery that I'll be using for this race. If you want to go ahead and copy the livery, you can. It's up to you. There's the hashtags. You can just search up the livery. Now let's say if you don't want the livery but you would rather have the parts themselves, here are the parts are for the rims. And if you guys just want to go ahead and just pause the episode and just make sure you have each particular part into the car, you can. Now if you actually do put a different part on the car, it won't matter too much in your PP points, but it could affect your handling. So I would recommend you go ahead and just pretty much copy what you see on the screen for your parts for your car customization menu. And then once you get all the parts you need from car customization, we'll switch over and take a look at the build itself, as remember it is right there. If you want to go ahead and just pause the episode and just copy down the numbers on the list, you can. I highly suggest that you race on racing hard tires from start to finish, and I'll explain why later in the episode. But nothing really too crazy of this particular build. Just make sure you just copy the numbers, and that's literally it. The transmission, if you're curious, whatever number it is on the kilometers is what's going to be. So there's no need to really fine-tune the gearing whatsoever. The other part of the list, you can see we've got high RPM turbocharger, racing brake system and brake pads, racing clutch and flywheel, weight reduction stages 1 through 3, increased body rigidity, and steering angle adapter. And that's going to be it for the build. So you can just think of every single part you can grab from the tuning shop is what you'll need for this car. Now the good thing about this particular swap build is that we do have a pretty big advantage when it comes to fuel. The car main weakness though is going to be the rear tires. So the way the car handles, it's going to be pretty loose. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be pretty oversteery, so you got to be pretty careful whenever you're steering either on the wheel or on the controller. This car is going to be on the wild side, so I would recommend just short shifting to a particular certain gear, just to give you that little extra mechanical grip, also to cut off any other unnecessary RPMs that could really mess up the rear tires as well. It's just going to have to take a little bit to get used to. Now surprisingly, in this race the AI are set to hard mode, and our car is actually staying close to the competition, which I thought was pretty surprising in this race. Now our strength in this track of course is going to be the main straights, because of how quick the car can have such great reaction to acceleration and the top speed, especially the top speed. But I was really shocked to see how well the car was doing in this race. I would figured it was going to struggle, it wasn't going to have the necessary grip to really stay with a pack or actually charge to the front, but it surprised me a good bit. As we get to our first lap, we're going to be within close to the top 5, but like I always say, it's just be a little on the careful side with this particular build, since the rear tires are going to be easily chewed up, and you can just see the car getting very much loose in that last corner. We're going to avoid those two cars and move ourselves to P4, and you can just see the speed is pretty ridiculous. We're going to crack into the 200s right before we actually do break into the first corner of lap number 2. Now, later in lap 3, we actually have caught up with the Viper, which is a very good sign in this race. We actually do have the fastest car in the pack. We're going to go ahead and make the pass for the lead, and from that point on, we actually kept the lead from that moment on forward. Now, fast forward to lap 4, it's going to be our very first scheduled pit stop. Now, even though we do have plenty of fuel in the car, the main issue, like I mentioned before, is going to be our tires. Now, I could have done lap 5, but trust me, the car was losing grip, the lap times were dropping, and I didn't put myself in a very risky, dangerous spot on the track, not having to really worry about the car, losing control easily because of the rear tires, just losing all kinds of tire life. But for our first pit stop, just changed tires since we got ourselves a 4-lap stint. We got plenty of fuel just to get by on the second run. Now fast forward to lap 6, it's going to be our official hot lap, which I really encourage you guys to watch this hot lap, see what this car is doing, and I'll see you guys when we get to our second pit stop. So, as we fast forward to lap 8, to the end of our second stint, I felt this car was overall doing pretty good for tire wear and stuff. Actually, we're doing pretty well lap 7, with a lap till we messed up. But just like it was last time, we're going to go ahead and get another set of roasting hard tires, and we're going to go ahead and refuel the car as well. We're going to refill it a little bit past the 4 to 5 laps, because we do know we have one more pit stop at lap 12, so there really isn't that much necessity to pretty much refuel the car all the way up to passing that diamond icon. So I'm going to do a little bit 5.5 laps, but it's safe. And fast forward to lap 12 for our last scheduled pit stop, as we're going to get ourselves a drift into the last corner. And for the last time, we're going to go ahead and get those hard tires on this car, and then refuel the car just enough till we actually have enough to make us last for the rest of the race. But yeah, fuel, like I said, should be no issues whatsoever for the fuel. The main issue is going to be the tires and the tire life, especially on the rears. They're going to be easily chewed out. So as we get done with our last pit stop, all we got to do is 3 easy, simple time trial laps around the track, just being pretty smooth with it. And that's going to be our run at Sardegna. So for this particular run, it did took us about 26:32, which is an okay-ish or a slow time, rather, for a Tokyo Expressway 600. But I thought it was surprisingly good, considering this car being in the 90s and it being unswapped. So got ourselves that clearance bonus, and that's going to be it for the episode. So here's the next preview of the episode. It's going to be using the classic 2007 Audi R8, and I've done the Honda NSX lately, so I figured why not go ahead and try this car out. This car is also a real huge, amazing threat to be used at Tokyo Expressway, so that's going to be the preview of the next episode. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, why not go ahead and leave a like. If you guys love what you saw today and would like to see some of my content later down the road of either daily grinds or any special particular builds you'd like to see, you're more than welcome to put them in the comment section below. If you want to check out the last episode I did covered, there it is right there if you want to check it out. And with that all being said, hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day or night where it might be. And I'll see you guys later. Be safe and take care.